How's everyone doing? It's Memorial Day, and now you know what? You have a lot of people that there are a lot of people that died on Memorial Day for wars that some believe were justified, some believe that was not justified. But you know what? The bottom line is, it's a whole lot of people that died on this day, and they sacrificed themselves for the ideals of this country. And you know what? What is this show about? This show is really not, that was significant what happened though. What I titled the title of this show is just to talk about anything. And you know what? I usually don't even do a show in the daytime that much anyway. And actually, Clifton, Raheem Bradley, something like that, from out of Chicago, Illinois, in the United States of America. I'm just gonna ramble. Actually, I'm in my basement, not by a pool. And you know what? I'm just this is just my way of just having a little fun today. Because I was sitting upstairs. I said, wait a minute, I'm not really doing anything. And the news. Just kind of, and I said, let me just talk about some things in at random, you know. And like I said, today is Memorial Day 2023. Okay. And I'm just here dabbling. And you know what? I guess I'll talk about the news, and I'll talk about the way the country used to be, and things just have changed. This is not the country that it used to be. That it used to be. And as we keep on moving forward in time, moving forward, you know what, this country is going to continue to move forward. I remember the time of from I'm from the generation of the '60s. Came up in the '60s, and so many things have changed. They just have changed. And the thing is, when I look around, I don't even recognize the country as the way it used to be. And then as you get older, got a whole lot of friends, associates that have just made their transition and moved on, you know, to and they had to go to some of these celebrations, the celebration of life. And I remember when gas used to be 50 cents a gallon. I remember when the United States of America was not dependent on all these other nations to product, what, to make their own products, to make their own goods. That was around when they used to make televisions. I actually remember a place called Zenith where they used to make televisions and come from an era where things just have changed. Used to go to White Castles and spend something like about 7 cents for a White Castle burger. And these little square burgers. And like I said, this show right here really is just a much just I'm just really just talking at random. I don't really have a script or anything like that, and like I said, I was just upstairs and I said, you know what, let me go down here. Let me go down here and just have a little fun. But what happened is that everything has changed. Everything has changed. I came up in the era in the '60s and '70s, '80s. When we didn't have a cell phone. Okay, so like when mother called you to come in, and you knew what time to come in, and a lot of mothers would say, when you be in, when the street lights come in, I want you to be in the house or on the porch. So we didn't have a cell phone. We didn't have a beeper. And we had a community. We had a community. And you know what? I would say that same community that existed back in the '70s does not exist in the 2000s. Just does not exist. Whereas if I got in trouble, what was funny about it, before I got home, my mother and my father knew about it. You know, we didn't walk around with our pants pulled down to our butt. We didn't do that. You know, I don't understand. I don't understand that part of the subculture. I don't get it. You know, I come from an era where it's me, you see, Joey Abrams, Steve Love, Dwayne Love, Ricky Smith, Pee Wee, Robert Harris. We got into a fight. We would fight. Then we would shake hands after the fight. Sulk at each other maybe for a couple of days. Then you know what? And we were still friends. And that this is something don't understand. Unlike today, when you get in a fight, these younger people, what they do is they get in a fight, and then the loser wants to come back with perhaps a weapon to end your life. And I would say that things have really, really changed. You know, listening to I was listening to somebody. We were talking about morals and how decadent this and immoralistic the society is. And you know what used to what I remember the way sometimes people used to dry clothes. Used to dry 'em. Okay. And they used to hang the clothes on a line. Okay. And it wasn't a lot of people didn't have dryers back then. A lot of people did. They used to hang in their dryers, and what happened is they would hang up their bloomers out there, uh, a lady's panties, a man's shorts, their white underwear. They would, because of the morality of the nation, of the culture in the United States of America, they would not even want to do that. Hang it up on the line. You know, now I see people doing, what people actually walking outside with pajamas on. And you know what? And I see young men walking around with a belt. And what happened is their pants are pulled down to almost their crotch. And you know what? Just don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand it. And you know what? I'm seeing things that are happening in this world that we just didn't do. We just we just didn't do that in my time. We didn't do that. And it's just things that I don't understand. You know, we were neighborly, and like I said, visiting. A lot of people they don't even visit like they used to. And like I said, this is a show where I'm just talking. I'm just talking. I don't have a specific agenda and anything like that. All I'm doing is just talking. Okay. And the thing is, things just have changed. I remember the time, you know, where we used to be outside playing softball, and we used to be out there playing it and tag and and football. But I'm looking at the kids because the obesity levels, people getting fat is just raised up because there are more children for some reason. They're staying inside. Okay. I'm looking at a world that has become somewhat strange and bizarre and it's mind boggling to me. But then when I look at it, I wonder to myself, did our parents look at us the same way? Say, man, I don't know what's wrong with these kids. You know what? There's a lot of things that are going on, and you know what? Just don't understand. You know, perhaps you understand. You know, give me a call, and you know what? And share it with me. I look at the news and I see all type of things that are going on that did not have effect did not come into play in the 60s and 70s. You know, you got chat GPT, you got robots, you got flying cars. And it seems like it seems like a whole lot of people, the more technology that we get, we become more detached from society, for you know what, to a certain degree. In other words, a lot of people are doing their own thing and they have lost a lot of their social skills, and that is not a good. That's not a good thing. And me, I'm a bit of an introvert my own self. You know, I'm one of these individuals that know how to get along, know how to associate, but basically, I'm at home. But like I say, I think I always been like that to a certain degree. But I do know how to express myself. But the world has just changed, and I don't know. You know, I looked at so many of the great ones just passed, man. You know, Tina Turner just died, and you know what? She was phenomenal, man. For those that like Tina Turner, Harry Belafonte, man. I mean, I'm looking at a whole world change in front of me. You know, I remember going to school and having to learn your timetables, having to learn how to cursive write. Not that I'm the greatest writer, in not that I'm the greatest writer in the world. And you know what? I look at these children today. They on their phones. Everybody's walking around with their head down. And you know what? But I think I think that it is bad by our culture. You know what? Our social interaction has been impeded by technology. And you know what? Things have just changed. And I look at the kids today, man. You know what? What they taught in school, they just don't teach anymore. They don't even. teach how to cursive write anymore. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. I went into a store one time. And who knows, you may have experienced this. I went into a store one time, and what happened is the lady tabulated. She added up everything that I purchased. And what happened is the cash register out of the machine went out, and she like panicked. I'm looking at her. I'm trying to understand what is going on. And what happened is when she panicked because when the machine went out, she could not determine how much change to give me back. And I think it was mind boggling to me. And you know what? A lot of these curriculums that they had in schools, when I went to school, they used to teach economics. Okay. Little political science, just a little. But the thing is, there are people that live in Chicago that are they're so isolated. They have not even been to the downtown of Chicago. Not been to the downtown. And it's just something else. It's something else. So there are a lot of things that are going on. There are wars that are going on. Where somebody had made a statement to me, man, we're gonna go to war. I said, man, this country has been at war with someone ever since I was in high school. With somebody. And the country is just changed. It's just changed. But I'm in my 60s. Okay. So my days are almost over. And you know what I really, really, really feel sorry for? I feel sorry I feel sorry for the individuals. Like my grandkids are people that are in the younger generation because they're gonna have to deal with a situation where AI technology, okay, chat GPT, all these technologies are taking over. And you know what? It's called progress. But it has made them more insensitive and isolated them. What do I mean by isolated them? There's something called the mega universe. The mega universe. And somebody's looking at this. What is the mega universe? Mega universe is where you've been working hard all day. You've been working. And what happened is you come home and you attach a device, possibly to your computer, or you possibly use it by the cloud, and you put goggles on, our visor, like on Star Trek, the Geordie had on the Star Trek, the Next Generation, and you put yourself in another virtual, you put yourself in a virtual reality world. And that is interesting. So, in other words, to escape the reality of this world, you go into the mega universe. Okay, there's somebody out there they don't know what the mega universe is, and I hope that I explained it to the rest of myself. And I was in school at yesterday. Somebody told me they're making, the professor said that they're making a lot of money in the mega universe. Make a lot of money. I'm talking about individuals that produce this intellectual content. I said, how are they making a lot of money in a mega universe for something that's not even real? And then you know what the professor said to me, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Bradley, you know what? There is a person that paid $1 million. $1 million. They paid $1 million to purchase a home next to the rapper Snoop Doggy Dogg. He is a rapper in a meta universe in a world that does not exist. Okay, where you had to have goggles in your eyes. And he said there's a lot of people. There are people that take vacations in the meta universe. He said, man, I don't understand it. You know what? I do understand it, but I'm saying that's how this world has become. And I got to give it to people like Elon Musk. People like Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter. Steve Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook. You know what? They're making tons of money, tons of money. And some people say, hey man, Facebook is free. It's free. But the thing is, what they're doing is, like I said, a lot of people don't know. I just saying Facebook and YouTube and all these things, because there's good in it because you know what, you get the opportunity to learn something. What you looking at behind me is something that I learned. I learned that on Facebook. I mean on YouTube and all of these things. But the thing is, you turn into a mechanized society where all of your information is being collected. And you know what? That information that is being collected, what happened is the owners of these conglomerates, for the good or for the bad, they know how to utilize this information. And when you collect this information, it's called metadata. And metadata is, like I say, I go to Facebook, I go to YouTube, I go to Amazon, I go to one time, and then you're bombarded. Gradually, you start to see more and more information about something that you just thinking about purchasing. So I would say that these corporations, like conglomerates, you know what they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why when you go to the mall, you just don't see you don't s- you don't see as many malls as you used to. You just don't. You don't see that because basically more people. I'm guilty of it too. You know what? They shop on Amazon, they shop on eBay, and Alibaba. I haven't been to Alibaba. I think so. You know what? I was looking at Alibaba. I was looking at some of the things on Alibaba website. I think I just don't like the way Alibaba looks. But although you can purchase the same things for less price, I just don't like the interface of Alibaba. And you know what? I was asking somebody, how is Alibaba? Alibaba is somewhere where you can go and purchase goods, like you can go to Amazon, and also you can go to eBay. But the thing is, I think it was something about it that just made me. I don't know, something about it I just didn't like. And like I said, I think it has to do something with the interface. But I'm pretty sure that somebody will look at this, someone is probably saying, damn, we got to pick an interface that's designed for what people in the United States are like, because you know what? Every culture, every country has different tastes. And that's the reason why I haven't purchased anything. But going back to what I was saying is that they're collecting the metadata, they're collecting the information, And you know what? They have the ability, if you understand anything about marketing, microeconomics, macroeconomics, to use this to sell. Elon Musk and Steve Zuckerberg, they're gonna make a whole lot of. They're making a whole lot of money. And I think myself, the thing is, the more technology that we do get, I think that we become lazy. What do you mean that we? What do you mean, man? We become lazy. Okay? We become lackadaisical because the thing is, you know how we used to remember telephone numbers in our head. We used to say, "Oh man, I gotta remember this telephone number." Then the thing is, then we used to write it down. Young people out here used to write it down in a little book. That's why young guys, when I was young, used to have a little black book. What is a little black book? People my age know it's where you had women's telephone numbers and girlfriends and all that. But the thing is, what Google's, all these other internet things, we don't have to do that anymore because what happened is that information is collected and put in Google's database. So therefore, we don't have to remember or retain the memory of those numbers, telephone numbers, like we used to, and we have become more dependent. You know, like even the Writers Guild, Who is the Writers Guild, they write for Hollywood. They write for Hollywood and TV shows and all that. Their jobs are threatened because you know what? With Chat GPT, all I have to do is tell the technology, I write down the technology of Chat GPT, which Bill Gates of Microsoft made a big investment in, is to tell it what I want to write a subject matter about, and it will just write it out. But it's not, it's a great device. But the thing is, it takes away from the creativity of the individual that really had to really sit down and think about these things before they made decisions. But hey, I give it to Bill Gates on that and Microsoft. Give it to him. You know, it was it was interesting to me. You know what I think that Bill Gates made a wise decision and got something like Google's called Deep Mind. All of these things, you know what? So we're emerging. We're coming into a new. We're really coming into a new world order system where everything will be centralized. It will be centralized. But the thing is, when you have these devices, I think it takes away from your thinking capacity because, like I said, with the phone numbers, there's phone numbers I don't have to remember anymore. Actually, there's probably only one number that I remember out of all of the people that I know. Okay, so sort of, sort of impedes, sort of it's sort of interesting. Like I said, this is a show where I'm just talking about anything. I'm just talking around. Okay, and Virgin, I'm just talking. You know, if you want to call up and join the conversation, telephone number is 312-884-9757. So the world has just changed. I, I was looking at something, and it was some new technology that new technology that they're coming out where I think it's good. What happened is that there was organization sciences. What happened is they put a computer chip in an individual's head that could not walk. He was quadriplegic. There was somebody that was in a wheelchair. And the thing is, these neurons or whatever it was in that chip started to touch his nerve, connected with his nerve system. And the thing is, now he's able to walk. You know, think there's some smart people out there that are just working on things. They have some magnificent minds. And you know what, from what I saw by looking at the other information was just far-fetched to me. You know what? It said by 2030 or 2035, I probably think it'll be 2030 this year, we will not even have to communicate with each other verbally. Okay, we will not even have to talk to each other. I said, wait a minute, man, this sounds crazy to me. It sounds crazy to me. And then what happened is sit down, and I really sit down and explain to it. I'm gonna tell you how they came to the conclusion. They said what happened is you will be able to put a computer chip in your head, and that other individuals will be able to put a computer chip or a microchip in their head, and it will be connected to the cloud. Cloud is informational cloud that just carries around information. And the thing is, if that individual has the computer chip in his head and you have it in your head, what happens is that information will go to the cloud. And the thing is, y'all can transmit thoughts without even opening your mouth. I said, I said, I said to myself, you know what, man, I never even heard of nothing like that. So you know what, the technology that they are working on is just awesome. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's a fear. Just like alphabet. Things have just changed. Alphabet has cars. They have cars that are running around with no drivers whatsoever. Did you know that there are less people that are buying automobiles, and eventually they would get probably the majority of the automobiles would be just autonomous. What I mean by autonomous, what I mean is the car will be driving you around, and it's like back in the '60s, we never even thought about something like that. Never, something like that never did enter my mind. Now, I'll tell you what did enter my mind. Flying, flying cars did for some reason because you know what? There's a TV show called The Jetsons, and it's a cartoon. And it always had them in flying cars and having robots serve them to a certain degree. What was his name? George. His wife, Jane. You know what happened is he had a house. What happened is he used to get a pill, eat, put it in the microwave or whatever it is, press the button, and then the food would just expand. And they had a robot named Rose, and that's we're coming to that age, and then the cars that's fly around. But that is what Elon Musk and the Alphabet of Google. So that is what they're working on. They're working on it, and they're working to perfect it. Where they have automobiles that will drive you around and fly you the way you want to go. The world has just changed. Do you think the world has changed? I know that the world has changed, and it's scary to a certain degree. I was at a barbecue last night. My his cousin named Eric. Okay, in Chicago. He lives in Indianapolis. But the thing is, I was asking him, man, you know, what we're talking about artificial intelligence. We're talking about algorithms, chat GPT, okay, mega science. And I asked him something. I had told him, you know what, there are people that are putting computer chips voluntarily in their index finger. I asked him, what do you think about it? Malcolm said, totally everything. It's interesting. And he said the pretext is that the individual that has a computer chip in their finger at a forehead, all they have to do is walk up to a vending machine and put their index finger on the vending machine, and then they will get the pop or potato chips or the product that they want to have. And it's convenient. So, wow. I just, in some ways, I think it's given too much information by the computer chip. But it is convenient. And he was saying, well, you know what, man, talking about the mega universe, going back to the mega universe is, he said, basically, that's where you put the goggles on your eyes and you're able to go to a different world. He said, basically, they did that to y'all a long time ago. So what are you talking about? They did that to us a long time. He said, when you went to work or you went to school, you rushed home to see a television show. Gilligan's Island, Three Stooges, Little Orphan Annie, Amos and Andy, Small Wonders. You raced home. You raced home to see a television show. And your parents came home to see television shows after they got out of work. But he said the only difference is that you didn't have goggles on over your eyes like you was in the mega universe. Like on Facebook, Steve Zuckerberg's your goggle was big and actually was right in front of you. Because what happened is that transported you to a different world to forget about the realities that are going on around you. So he said, actually, it's the same thing. And you know what? I sat back and you know what? I never really thought about that. He said you was entertained, but a different way. But the thing is, it's just went to a different level. And you know what, man? I said, brother, I gotta admit to you, I never thought about that. He said, I know. I know you never thought about that. I know you did. And I said, okay, okay. That's what he told me. I said, I never thought about it. He said the thing is, man, they work. He said they worked on y'all with the television, and that was experiment. He said the experiment. He said the other experiment is with the, with the computer chip. He said, remember, once upon a time, they used to put computer chips uh, in a animal, so if that animal got lost, can know exactly where that dog will be located. Your animal and take it to the local shelter and they can scan that code. I said, And he said they experiment. He said the thing is, he said, a whole lot of people will be putting chips inside of their fingers voluntarily, so they can keep track of it. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are going on. I said to somebody, how would they persuade individuals to put chips in their finger? He said, they don't have to. They've already done it. How would they increase the numbers? He said, look, man, sitting down, holding a conversation. He said, look, man. He said, do you know how many followers Lady Gaga has? Shaquille O'Neal, okay, Whoopi Goldberg, Michael Strahan. Do you understand how many followers they have on their Twitter account and their social media account? So these corporations, multi corporations, told told them, and I asked them, hey, we're gonna give you $2 million to put a chip in your finger and designed it, put like stripes coming down on it, Chicago Bears, uh, Mr. T, Detroit Lions, LA Lakers, give you $1 million to put that on. Okay. And the thing is, we can show you walking up to a machine to see, man, I don't even have to pull money out of my pocket. Look, look, y'all joining me. I'm walking up to my house. I don't even need a key anymore. Index finger. And the thing is, he said, because these people that we revere and we honor and we follow on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Tumblr, Reddit, we follow the millions. He said they will make it fashionable by putting something around that chip to make it look cool in the end. And you follow them anyway, and there will be a huge percentage of people that say, "You look at that Taylor Swift has a chip in her finger, and it got a little design on it, maybe on the fingernail or something like that." And he said, "Damn, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these chips too, because you know what? Taylor Swift said it was cool. Mike Tyson said it was cool. I'm just using these names, okay? Okay, Mike Tyson said it was cool. Taylor Swift said it was cool. Lady Gaga has a chip in her finger. George Foreman has a chip in his finger, and he said it's cool. And this is a way to manipulate the masses. By no means was he saying that 100% of the people would put a chip in their finger. But what the individual was saying is that these people have so many people following them on social media. This means if they're following them, they have the potential to influence. And I said, wow, man, that's kind of heavy. I never thought about that. He said, I know. He's an engineer. He's always thinking about numbers. Very bright. And the thing is, Eric, I can't say Eric Bradley because you know what? That's my cousin's son. He's an engineer in Indianapolis. And the thing is, it was just Eric. I can't say Bradley. Her name is Sandra Bradley. But the thing is, I can't say I understood. I understood what he was saying. So he said, the thing is, man, he said that is what they're going to eventually do. And by these stars, like Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin came out, had a chip in her thing, and it looked cool. You make me feel, and there's many people that love her. There's a huge percentage of people that will say, hey man, if I'm fashionable, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get the chip too. There's a song that used to be, I wanna be like the Johnsons. That's a whole lot of things. That's a whole lot of things that are just going on again. This show right here that I'm doing, this is just for fun. This is just for fun because you know what? Like I say, this is Memorial Day, and you know what? Who knows? You might look at this in history. You looking at this, you look at this because it'll be history once I'm finished. Doing a little case study about what was going on in 2023. That is what's going on. And, hey, the debt ceiling. You know what? President President Joe Biden Speaker of the House McCarthy, they came to agreement on the debt ceiling. Debt ceiling meaning is can't pay. We could not pay our bills unless they increase how much money they could get from the Federal Reserve. So there's going to be a lot of restrictions. And the thing is, I think it's interesting. But they're saying that one of the stipulations is individuals that get SNAP cards, link cards, be able to get a card from the government. You know what to get food. They will have to. A percentage of them will have to work instead of just sitting at home just waiting for a link card. It's interesting. But like I say, President Joe Biden and McCarthy they came to an in principle decision. I mean, they made decisions that would impact the whole lot of people. They really will. But things have just changed in this world. And, going back to technology, I don't know whether would you consider it good or bad with the autonomous robots that they have. It may be good, but what I think is that would uh what does that mean? I don't know exactly what that individual sending me a statement saying. What does that mean? Okay, you have to give me clarification on what you're talking about. Like with the and with the autonomous robots and the AGI and all that thing is, we will have partners probably in our houses that are serving us, that are cooking for us, that are cleaning for us, going to the store. I think that's good. I think it's good to a certain degree because the thing is you have elders that actually don't have anybody to care for, you know? But the neat thing about it is with the artificial intelligence, the robots that are androids, they will consistently keep on learning and learning and learning and learning from us. So if you're learning and learning, if you're learning what I like and what I don't like, I think it is good to a certain degree. But it scares me to a certain degree because sure, I would say that's a way to where people do lose social skills because you have an autonomous robot that's taking care of. But think I think one of the dangers. I think one of the engineers at Google said something about ChatGPT and all these other devices. He stepped down because he thinks that these systems that are being designed to help mankind get out of control. What do I mean out of control? He believes it is a possibility that these androids and this technology will develop self-awareness. I think that's possible too. Yeah, talking to somebody about that. Communicate. And awareness means I am aware that I exist. So in other words, when you go to cut the device off, or to deactivate it, that device, because of the algorithms and the learning ability, it will say, I don't want you to shut me off. And in some ways, it won't let you shut you off. So I think that there's a danger. There's a danger to a certain degree because I think that these robots, autonomous robots, our devices will come to a conclusion. Why am I serving something that is inferior to me? It's a possibility. And then the thing is, like at Google's and Microsoft, you know what? The genie is out of the bottle in terms of creating these robots and AGI technology. Because the thing is, even if the United States did put regulations on it, I don't think they understand it at this point enough to put regulations on it. There will be other countries. There are other countries such as China, for example, race to get the best GPT technology that they can. And China also probably will be working to make autonomous robots that possibly could be within their military system. And during the escalation, they won't have to worry about casualties. Okay, and it's kind of scary to a certain degree. But these are a lot of things. But there are a lot of things that are going on. Let's think about it. If you can mass produce robots like Boston Dynamics. Okay, it's kind of scary. They have drones. They have drones. Okay, that fly in the sky and look specifically like a bird, so you won't detect it. And I was looking at something. No, I was talking about robots, but I'm just talking about how the technology has advanced. And what happened is these drones, they're collecting power from the sun, utilizing solar energy. And what happened is it looks like an owl or like a bird or a sparrow. And what happens is it has devices in there where they can look and they can detect things. It can find out what an enemy is. It can find out what a friend is, what a foe is, what a tank is, what a jet is. And you know what? It's kind of scary. And I said, wow, man, solar energy. I said to myself, shit, what is it going to do? What is that device going to do at night? I'm talking about something that looks like an eagle or something that looks like a sparrow. And I said, oh, you know what? Can't it showed, you know what I was looking at is it collected information by sitting up on the power line with other birds and collecting information. I said, man, I said to myself, man, I never even thought about nothing like that. Never thought about it. And the drones that they have drones right now that look like fish and drones that look like sharks. And the thing is, it can go right into your port, swim around with giving no detection whatsoever about electricity and collect information. Not like not like the spy balloon that China sent over the United States of America to go by military bases. And you see it, it can be a drone that fits into the natural habitats of that specific area. And I said, wow, man, these people, they're really, 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 really thinking. Really thinking. I said, wow. It was interesting. I thank the people that are watching. I appreciate that. And I know I see y'all watching on the internet. But the thing is, I said to myself, damn, I never thought about that. I never thought about that. And it was just interesting to me, man. They're working on all these things, and they're working on an airplane, a fighter jet that not only fly in our atmosphere that has stealth ability, but it can find that window where if it's a possibility it is going to be hit by missiles and just fly in space. Wow. We're talking about military weapons, you know. But it would be stealth. Stealth means the way you know what it just will not be detected. It'd be kind of difficult to um it'd be kind of difficult to get that fighter jet on radar. But if it is detected and missiles are shot up, and it's a possibility. It's a possibility that it will be shot down. I don't know how because it will move the sound of speed. It can go right in space. And we know that the missiles are not going to come out of this atmosphere. And I said, "Wow, man, they are working on all this. They're working on all type of things. Nanotechnology." I said, "What is nanotechnology?" Nanotechnology is that they say one day cancer will be like a common cold, whereas they inject you with something, and they're like little robots that are working, and they identify the cancer, and they
Call
yes,
from
Minster Ben Willis.
to accept, press 1. To send
yes. Salam alaikum, ma.
Walaikum salam, Akeem.
Okay,
How you doing, brother?
I'm just in my basement, just hey man, doing a show, talking.
Yeah, I'm looking at the show.
Mhm.
I'm watching it. Yeah, I like to. It's we're talking about artificial intelligence and
Mhm,
the technology.
mhm,
That's amazing.
mhm. Brother,
It's very amazing.
that you know what? This is Minister Ben, and Minister Ben. Yes, our show. Tell us when your show come on, brother.
Oh, yes, sir. You can go on YouTube and put in Minister Ben Willis podcast, and all my episodes will come up. And I talk about all different types of subject matters, comparative studies in religion, relationships, music, sports, domestic violence, the pros and cons in Chicago, the beautiful parts of Chicago, and some of the nicer misnomers about Chicago. So it's a lot of different subject matters and different episodes have their own entity. So, a lot of people have been giving me accolades about the shows and learning matters also. But I have fun on it, and my show is uncut, unapologetic, straight with no chase. But yeah, brother, about your show that you're having right now, do you know also, which is very popular right now, do you know that they have, now, and I know you probably saw it, they have dolls now that you can program and that they can be your mate. And they can do everything that a program to do everything that the human being can do. Lay next to you in the bed. They have intimate relationships with the doll, male and female. And you can have design, you can have the doll's design of your ideal, what you see as an ideal man or an ideal woman. And if you want the doll not to argue with you, the doll won't.
I might not have to get married again if something happened. Okay.
But we're laughing about it. But it's programmed to do anything that you want it to do. And of course, as technology is, they're going to perfect it even more. And it's a lot, there that that market is booming.
Yeah, yeah.
It's booming. What do you think about that?
I think it is great to a certain degree, but it's bad to a certain degree. So actually, what happened is by you having a device right here, you're gonna lose some of your social skills to interact with other people. So
We're doing that now.
it's good because to a certain degree because they're elderly people that have absolutely no one to take care of them, and they have been abandoned by their family. So it's devil in a blue dress, a red dress, or whatever it is. It's good and bad.
Wow, wow. That's. I, I'm 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 thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, this is. But elderly people are not buying it though. The elderly people are not buying it. It's young people. It's people that's elderly people are not even buying it.
Well,
It's just it's people that are, and I'm talking about the sales is going through the roof,
of course.
going through the roof.
Yes, I might get one.
It
I might
really.
get one. Yeah. Let's stop me
You
from
might
going.
get.
Let's stop me from going to Philly, brother.
Uh,
I'm just talking. I'm gonna leave that alone, though.
I think that I think that's an area you need to scan fast.
I'm just joking.
I think I don't know. Is this live?
Yes, it's live.
Well, you do have a wife, right?
Oh yeah, I ain't even gonna go off this.
You gonna go in the doghouse. You go to the doghouse. So when your beloved wife, when you have to say, honey, what you make for dinner, just say, get the robot to do it.
Oh,
Get Hazel.
Ain't no question. Might not even need it no more.
Oh no! You got to say when you dig it deeper. You're gonna be in China. Do you remember back in the day they say if you dig a hole deep in the ground, you can see China. I remember they used to say that. They say you dig in the ground long enough, you can see China. Well, you got a shovel. You just keep on digging up. But no, but what you was saying, but we're talking about the artificial intelligence.
Yes.
I seen that. You seen those mechanical robots and mechanical dogs and mechanical bulls. You seen that, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the dogs are. I mean, they can send something at you, and it won't get tired.
Yeah.
Because it's a machine.
Yeah. I mean, these dogs were made by Boston Dynamic and DAFA. I think DAFA,
right.
DAFA has a contract with the military, and they have.
Yeah.
I would get a dog then if I can get a mechanical dog, something I don't have to feed, I don't have to take outside, I don't have to take the
exactly.
I would get one.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that either. And they do have a Iron Man suit. The suit of the superhero Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
They do have that. They have one. The United States have one.
That's good.
They have one. They still haven't put it out to combat or anything like that, but they do have one. Yes, and they clamp themselves in it. Yes. So the technology is going fast, but you were talking about human interactions. We don't have human interactions anyway. Just getting, mostly everybody is locked in on their phones.
At home.
They're plugged into their.
You go with I forgot the name of your group. My group is top 10 club. We was talking up at McDonald's. They ain't
Yeah.
advertising with me. But you know what? The thing is, we were asking each other how many people actually visit homes. No, everybody in there said nobody visits like they used to.
No.
Family every once in a while. And
Right.
things have changed. Things
You
have
go on
changed.
you go on you go on Facebook and that's it.
Yeah.
You can be on Facebook or you FaceTime each other. But there's less and less human contact, even to the point now when you go by the parks in the park district
Mhm.
and you look out there, they're empty because their games and entertainment is on the computer.
PlayStation, Xbox, Facebook.
Yeah, that's their entertainment. So when you're not getting the proper exercise, you see people are dying younger. They're dying in their 40s and their 50s. They're dying with heart attacks and strokes and things of that nature. And it has a lot to do with you just don't exercise. You don't exercise at all, and that's not. So that is really hurting. But the technology is expensive, and you're going to pay.
But
You're going to pay for it.
But at some point, I will be able to buy me and other people. The price will come down. Like the digital watch, once upon a time, used to cost $500. Now you get one for like $2 or $3 at the dollar store. But at some point, it will come down, and you will see a lot of individuals with autonomous robots in their homes. And you know what?
Oh, sure.
If I have the money, I'm gonna get one.
Well, yeah. Well, you got the robot that'll vacuum vacuum your floor and your carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just set it up and it does its thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's where it's headed. That is exactly where it's headed. And you have no feedback. You don't have that human contact, which is not good for a human being. Void of human contact, void of human compassion, feel, just everything to interact with a human being. It turns a human being into something else. It turns them into a cold-hearted beast, really, because they lose all sight of passion for interaction and stuff like that. So, and that's the flip side of it. But those that are making those, a lot of those guys, those are inventors and everything else. They're weirdos mainly. Mainly those are weirdos. They're weirdos. All of them guys like that are weirdos. Albert Einstein was a kook. Picasso, all those guys were weirdos. They were strange. On the grand scale of things, as far as so they would be in their mother's basement, just sitting there concocting things. They didn't go out and interact with, socialize when they're coming up and things like that. They were looked at as an outcast. Most of them.
I'm guilty of it myself. Yeah. I'm sitting in my basement.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They were outcasts from everybody else, and then they come up with these things and these items and things that could. Their brains are a genius is a thin line between a lunatic. It's the flip side of that, No, it's a thin line. It's a thin line between happy and sad. It's just a thin line. You flip it, and so that's what a smile and a frown just turn it around. And so yeah, that's what they are. And so the thing is to keep a sense of purpose and not get caught up in that could be tremendous. Because and then on the religious side now, you should stay focused on your Creator.
Yes.
You can.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? I think since the coronavirus, I think that a percentage of the people with mental illness is a set in on
Yes.
a percentage. I'm not gonna say a big percentage on a percentage of the people. You know what? And you had a lot of divorces that happened. And you have a lot because you really got the opportunity to find out what your spouse really was during that period.
Yeah. Well, the coronavirus, what happened was that you just got tired of each other. You really got tired of each other, and really, no, that a lot of breakups and divorces happen when you just in a house or in a room with someone who's married or your mate, and you say, God, oh, I'm tired of him. I'm tired of her. You can't go anywhere. You're locked in, and you look at that same person. They're looking at you, and people had a problem with that because they used to we see each other, but now I'm going to work. They go to work. They come back for a few hours because most of your hours are away from home. You're away from home more than you are, but you spending more time outside of the home, almost 16, 17 hours. Traveling to work, then work, traveling back. Then you have a few hours to be with your mate, and then you check out and go to sleep, and it's back again. So now you're talking about 24/7 for over a year.
See, the autonomous robot is gonna fill that gap.
Well, because you just program it to be real nice to you.
See,
because they had a panel in them and do it. Yeah.
And see, once the thing is, for the people that are listening, what happens is, what the algorithms is learning what you like, and therefore that's going to make your endorphin level. Endorphins give you joy. It's like you eat a chocolate bar. Okay, your endorphin levels in your body, it gives you joy. So what happens is, it's learned from your algorithm what you like. You come home, and man, it's almost like.
Well, it can never duplicate human interaction because you are looking at you got to have a blueprint to follow that. So you're looking at a human being and you're making something to mimic a human being, but you can't make a human being.
Some people might be perfectly fine with it. Some people.
Definitely. What if you have a person that's dealing with rejection all their life?
Yeah.
They're dealing with rejection. Yeah. They're outsiders. They're lonely people. They're still not accepted. They look at all kinds, looked down upon. If the lady has a handsome robot and it adheres to everything her needs, or a man has a beautiful robot that adheres to her needs, and they say that they make the robots, the material is that of like flesh, and it's like they don't walk around like they're stiff or anything else.
Yeah.
They move around like a human being. And man, if the sales are going through the roof, then that's a lot of people that are like that.
Yeah, man.
Their sales are not down. So that's a heck of a thing. I think they're like a few $1,000s or something like that. Eventually that'll come down. But yeah, that's wow. But that's the way of the world. That's what's going on now. That's what's happening now. So that becomes a little bit something. Hey, let me ask you. I'm going to ask something, man. I was just thinking about something. Because, you said we can call in and ask, we can talk about anything.
I'm just down in the basement. I'm just this is a show really about nothing.
Okay, well, it's about something. Okay, well, let me ask you something. What do you in choosing your mate? Does race play a big part, or can it be, dating outside your race? Is that a big thing, or is that okay? Dating outside your race and dating outside your religion.
I believe that dating outside of your race, that's taking a political one. I think that's the individual thing. But like I say, for me, I have never, with all due respect to other ethnic backgrounds, I have nothing with other ethnic backgrounds. I never had the desire to date outside of me. I never had that desire. Just, to me, and that's all due respect to other women. Women are beautiful, but
Right.
to me, the black woman is supposed to be the beautifulest woman on earth, for example. But
Yeah.
you got the right to. I'm talking about for me.
Yeah. But what about dating outside your religion and your race? What about that?
I think I'm going to contradict myself because I'm married to a Christian. I'm a Muslim. I think that it is beneficial to your advantage and helpful to the family structure. You get married to somebody that's the same, belongs to the same religion, a denomination that has the same theology that you have. I think it's beneficial to you and your family structure. That's what I believe.
But if God put love in your heart for someone, then it doesn't matter what race or religion or political party or where they live. It wouldn't have anything to do with any of that. Then none of that makes a difference anyway. If God puts that in your heart for them.
Well, here, but I did say, like at the beginning, it's a personal preference. But to me, it does make a difference. For me, I'm not saying for you out there.
Right.
You out there
Right.
talking about me. You have a right to our individual preference. We like what we like and we don't want. Like me, I don't like skinny women. I like sisters that sort of like on the media. And we have likes and we have dislikes of what we like and what we don't like. But I still think, like in terms of religion, if I was a Baptist, and I would seek to marry Baptist because are on the same page spiritually. This is what I want my children. I think that it's beneficial. I don't see it as a hindrance. But I guess you probably say I must be contradicting myself because I'm a Muslim married to a Christian.
No.
Say that.
No, because you love what God puts in your heart. And that's what the question I was asking. Because the love that God puts in our heart, we can't deny that. We cannot deny it. And some people even try to fight it. But it's whatever God creates, it's gonna be. The Arabic word is kun fayakun, which means be and it is. And there's no blueprint with it. That's just the law, and that's given to us. That's something. You was talking about how people were divorcing, and because during the COVID, during the COVID crisis, and that's a heck of a thing to deal with. just breaking up with your mate.
Yeah.
Do you what? I know when they have wedding vows, it says till death do you part. But people are breaking up and divorcing, and death not even playing a part in it, and they leave. So should they work hard, or do people just give up and just say, hey, I can't do it? Does honesty play a big part in a successful relationship?
Yeah, but you lie to your wife about certain things, and your wife lies to you about certain things. I would say.
Oh, really?
I would say in general. Yeah, I've had something that I owned that my wife didn't like. She said, "Yeah, it look all right." You say I own something that I didn't like. She said, "Yeah, it looks all
you didn't
right."
like it?
He's made some food that I didn't really like, and you know what? Because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. Hell, baby, this is great. So I would say that there are lies that are told.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt.
So, but for a successful relationship or marriage, should the truth be told?
In most cases, yes. In most cases. Like I said, he has done some things I don't like. He said somebody's wife is, hey man, that blue hat. He said, don't it look good? He said, yeah, baby, it looks great. It might not mean nothing. You know what? It might not mean nothing to you one way or the other, but because that's your spouse, and that's your husband or your wife, you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Okay.
Go ahead and
so you lie not to hurt their feelings. And brother, that's a tough thing for the human beings to realize. Is to you don't want to hurt their feelings, so you tell them a lie. Because if you told them the truth, if they told them the truth, say, how does hat look? Or the man saying, how these pants look? She say, them pants is bogus. She said, I just bought these some nice pants. They look real slick. The salesperson say they real nice. I'm gonna wear these. We're gonna wear these out so we can go see the family members. And she said, them pants is bogus. She said, them pants is bogus. I don't even know you bought that. You wasted your money on that. You're like, but I'm looking kind of good. And say, no, you ain't. Say, you're looking real goofy with that right now. So, tell the truth. Tell the truth if we want to have a success. Hey, well, she told me the truth, so I'm going to take these pants off. And is that all right? And also, like, if you, y'all getting ready to go on vacation, and the day before y'all go on vacation, she said, I cheated on you with your arch enemy. I'm sorry, but I ain't going to never do that again. She told you the truth. Now she told you the truth. Are you going on vacation with her the next day? Are y'all going to go and have a great time on vacation the next day? She told you the truth, but she slept with your arch enemy.
I don't know.
But the truth is what we want. But see, if you asked her, say, have you ever cheated on me? And she said no, then you're gonna go and have a good time on vacation. But in all actuality, she lied to you. But because you didn't know, you're gonna have a great time. So now the preference comes to people want to know the truth, but can they handle the truth? But they're gonna have Yeah.
You know what? But I'm pretty sure that you know what? I think that we all lie. All of us lie. I myself, something like that. I think I would prefer to hear the truth because it would give me the opportunity to make a decision without
Yeah.
Personally, that's my personal. I'd rather whether the truth hurts, whether it doesn't hurt, whether I want to move forward with the marriage, relationship, I wanted to say forget it because you're giving me an opportunity to make a decision, but I don't have to get something behind my back, a possibility of getting something behind my back. I prefer to be confronted, not confronted, informed my own self. I prefer, but a lot of people don't want to hear about it, because their egos would be emasculated, would be crushed. You know what? And I'm not saying my ego wouldn't be crushed. It would be crushed, but
Right.
I would prefer that you be honest. Whether it hurts me, it doesn't hurt me. You say I'm contradicting myself. I will.
No.
Uh-huh.
Well, no. People say they want the truth. Can they handle it? Because if you ask her if she cheated on you, she said no, you're gonna go on vacation and have a great time. But she lied to you, and so because you didn't know.
Yeah.
But when she told you the truth that she cheated on you with your arch enemy, now you got to think about a whole lot of stuff. You're like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna have a good time with. I don't know. That doubt, everything comes up there, and all kinds of emotional feelings come up in there, and it just throws you way the heck off. But see, my great aunt said this one time to me, and I was like, wow. She said, sometimes you got to lie to keep the peace. You got to lie to keep the peace. And I said, wow. I'm like, oh, man. I said, that's deep. You got to lie to keep the peace. That's like you just were saying, how my hat look? Boy, that hat looks good on you.
Good, baby.
I mean, you look real good, sweetheart. You look stunning.
You go, girl.
Right.
Might not mean it one
It
word.
is. Yeah, it's a lie, but you gotta keep the peace.
Yeah.
So, oh man,
Yeah.
can you handle that? You can, because you told the truth, it'd be like, ooh, it could start some chaos. But that happens though. This happens in everyday life, all over this country, all over the world. In fact, that's just human interaction, human beings. So you say, I'm gonna get me a I'm going to get me a robot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me a doll and program her to do everything I want to do.
Wait.
Wow. That's and that's the way out. It can never duplicate what God creates.
Some people.
It's always we already have a carbon copy.
Somebody is happy with it because remember what you were saying earlier that people's social interactions have needed, man.
Yeah.
And some people, I just found, I was on Facebook. I just said, I think I told you this before. What happened is, man, the lady had came home from work. The robot was waiting in bed. He rubbed on her back when she got in bed. He said, don't worry, baby. You had a hard day. Everything is done.
Oh, wow.
And she laid in his arms.
Yeah, laid in the robot's arms. Say, hey, this is the warmest I ever feel. And the regular guy called. She said, I'm busy right now with Rodney the robot.
Yeah.
And we're cracking jokes on it. But you never know the way things are years and years from now. That could be reality. Because you were talking about the Jetsons. Yeah. And that's something that we just looked at. Say, yeah, that'd be cool if that happened. And it's happening. It's happening right now.
Man.
We had the Dick Tracy watch. Yeah. And you can see yourself in the watch and see the person you talk to. Well, those are realities. Yeah. Those are realities now, but that's how we would deal with it. Wow. It's a lot of things. You gotta
lot of things that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, I've been sitting at home. You say, man, I'm just gonna do a show. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Let me come on down.
That's a good
Let me
thing.
come on down here. Come on down. This show is not really.
Right.
It's like watching Friends, Seinfeld.
Hey.
This is
Yeah.
it's experimental. It's experimental.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
keep on.
we talk about numbers. I would be glad if I would. But I can hit like there's a show that I watch about a farm. This
Mm-hmm.
man, this does 1 hour. He has like about 80,000. 80,000.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
how do I hit that plateau, brother? What do I do? Give me some advice.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what you got to figure out. You got to hustle.
Yeah.
This is a hustle. This is a hustle. This is a never stop hustle. How can you get better? How can you have views? How can you have viewerships? I'm looking on the screen right now. It says 2 people are watching, and you've been on. I'm on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
It says 2 people are watching, and you've been on for about an hour.
How do I hit the
54
million?
minutes.
How do I hit the million mark? What do I do? Give me some advice. What do I do?
I think this. You got to hit content that people like to hear.
Okay.
You like to hear content that people like to hear. Again, I'm gonna say this. We're talking about spaceships and Ukraine and Russia and all of that. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. I mean, there's a select few people over here.
Mm-hmm.
The vast majority, they want to know, how can I make my life better? How can I make me some money? How can I have a beautiful relationship? This is what the common man that's walking the streets all over the world wants to know. And how do I do it? Yeah, that's what they want.
I need to change change my whole subject matter. Just change.
Until you start seeing numbers.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, until you start seeing numbers, you got a number crunch. You got to look at your numbers. They're right there. They're there and their numbers are there for a reason. They are there for all content creators to see and to see what they do with their rights and wrongs. So that plays a big part in it.
And you know what is. When I look at some channels, and I understand, like you say, I get it. All they do is talk about one thing. They don't talk about anything else. For an example, there's an individual that has a channel. All he does is talk about how to get more subscribers. How to get more subscribers. He doesn't talk about anything else. And millions of people. And the thing is, I think it varies from channel to channel. What his advice was to find one niche to stick to. That was his advice to me.
But you got others. Okay, look at your mass media. Look at your mass media. The national media.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just speak about this one particular thing in the news. Mm-hmm. They talk about a whole plethora of things. And when they do that, they're hitting a lot of people.
Yeah.
If I just talked about one thing, then everybody that's like that one thing is gonna come around to me. But the vast majority is not going to come around to me and look at anything or look anything up, because it's the same thing over and over again. So it's the same thing. They have it's a saying that go, If you, I think it's if you do something, well, if you're doing something the same,
Mhm.
and something like that, if you do something the same and you want change, you'll get the same, but you're going to get the same results. And that's the description of insanity. I know I'm paraphrasing it wrong. If any of the outside listeners or watchers, I don't know how many people are listening, but I know it's one watching. If they can call in or hit the chat to correct that, what I just said. If they're doing the same thing and getting the same results, the description for insanity or something to that effect. Something like that. So then if I'm getting the same result, which is not what I want,
Yeah.
then I need to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to change that. And the numbers don't lie. So, I mean, I mean, we're in this business doing this, and we have to constantly check. We have to constantly check our numbers and everything. That's what media does. That's what newspapers do. They look at circulation and TV news. They look at the Nielsen ratings and everything else that goes along with TV. Because it's important. They got to change some stuff.
And man, I'm looking at this website. I'm gonna put it in the chat room. Just a few acres. It's just amazing.
Mhm.
All he's doing is talking about farming. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
huh?
he tapped into farmers.
Yeah.
He tapped into farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just tapped into farmers. What if he had something he could tap over the world? I mean, so you look at people that have millions and millions of followers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do they have all that many followers?
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, because they had what he did was latch yourself on to those people of interest, and you market and find out how big is the interest,
Mm-hmm.
how big are the people that really interest, and then you make certain you bring content for them, for where they will understand and get it, and follow you. And that's okay, because it's a lot of people here it's a lot of people here on the face of the earth, and you just got to find the group that like exactly what you're talking about,
I think,
and then research that to see if that's big enough to make a difference.
I'm looking at with just a few acres, man. It's got something like 379,000 followers, man. And I'm like, and David Patel. But you know what? Somebody told me, I was sitting down listening to them. Not the farm. I'm talking about Patel. So you need to have content strong and have big numbers. He said they can bring over some of their crowd, some of their crowd. But he said it won't sustain your crowd. But he said that's a good idea.
Right.
David Patel, these guys. And I mean,
Yeah.
I would like, you know what? Because I would like those big numbers. Kind of inspired me to want big numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we grab our inspiration from all types of people and different things, and we go from there. I have watched you for many years when you're on KNTV, the Public Access Channel, and I watched your show for a long time. Neither did I know that, like right now, I'm here talking with you, and we have done some projects and things together. I didn't know that would transpire. You don't see it that far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna let you go. I was just wanted to call into your show,
Okay, thanks for
and it was a very good show.
Before you leave, tell us when your show comes on. How we get to your
Okay,
YouTube and your Facebook website.
Okay, go to YouTube and put in Minister Ben Willis podcast, and you see all my episodes. I have about 24 episodes. You can see all my episodes, and also you can see the episode that me and Mr. Clifford Bradley are on, because he created my show. It was an honor for him to come, and it was a good show. And I request your listening audience and viewing audience to check it out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, brother, and have a great show. You got a good thing going here.
Hey man, I need to, like you say, the numbers.
No, I always say man lie and women lie, but numbers do not lie. Okay, Hakeem. All right. Wa alaikum salam.
And y'all, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break myself. Maybe I should have kept that to myself.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على
That's prayer call. Illinois. And you know what? YouTube thing is, what I am trying to figure out, there's so many people on YouTube. YouTube is beautiful. Why is it beautiful? Because you know what? I look at all these tutorials. Like I said, there is great content on just acres. Okay, and that I'm gonna put the name of it there. Show. Okay, y'all go to it and visit it. And the thing is, this guy, all he does is talk about farmland. And I mean, I'm looking at this. I think in my mind, I always wanted to go to a farm, not to live on a farm, just to go check it out. Ride some horse, do a little work, but come back to Chicago. And the thing is, I wonder how is he can have 89,000 people come to watch his content, just a few acres, and them consistently come back. Anybody got any type of advice about how I could do this same thing, not replicated because my subject matter is not about farms. I talk about food. And you know what? It is this other great website. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add him on my page and direct you to his name of it is Daniel Patel. Okay, and what he talks about is how to grow a YouTube channel. You know what? Go there because you know what? I want you, and I got great, great, great information. You know what? I'm trying to make some more attempt to get him on my show. Talk about how do you grow your YouTube channel. You know what? I know how to get 1,000 people. I've got 1,000 people. But you know what? 2,000. I already know how to get that. But the thing is, it's like my YouTube content. It's like at a standstill. Okay, standstill scene. And I listened to David Patel. I'm going to put this information. I want y'all to go visit his website. Just put his name in YouTube. Go to it, and he has like videos about how to grow, the mistakes that you make. And I paid attention. You know what? I actually this is a shout out to him. And you know what? Actually paid attention to what he was saying, and I followed on one video. One video. And what happened is I had to replicate that same thing. And the name of the video was What is Brick? What is Brick? Brick is countries that are coming together to have their own currency, so they're relying on the dollar bill because the dollar bills that are being produced in the United States of America are fiat dollars. Somebody does not know fiat. Fiat, you have produced so many of them that the value of it just went down. And I listened to David Patel. I listened to him. I said, wow. He said certain things to do, certain things not. I said, oh, you know what? Let me try what he's talking about. And that, you know what? Me being a content producer, that is the first time that I ever got 600 views. 600 views in 2 days. Then it went down. You know what? The numbers went down. And he gave some very sound advice. I think they tell like that. And you know one thing about it, he sent a message back and all that. And like I said, I enjoy looking at the content. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up I'm gonna put up this page, show y'all what his page looks like. I can't play any of his content because you know what? I don't have permission. I don't want David Patel mad at me because of it. You know what? Visit this website. Visit. That's his website. That is how his website. That's how his website looks. Okay. And I already put the link in the description. He gives great advice. Great advice. And it is, you know what he's telling is he's talking about the Vinci codes. How do you get more followers? He has 253,000 subscribers, and this is a great place. This is a great place to go to learn. You know what? I enjoy it. And Daniel, I want to thank you for giving me that information. and all of the other people. And you know what? It's another website that I enjoy. Really, it's another it's another website that I enjoy looking at. It's called Just What Happens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share that. I'm going to share. They're not going to share my page, but you know what? I don't mind sharing. You know, but I am trying to figure out how do I amass those type of numbers. Because a lot of times we're doing these shows. I'm gonna put it in just a few acres. You know what? I would love to hear about your YouTube website. You know what? You can share that. This is a good website. This is a good website right here. It's great. Like I say, I go to that website every time something pops up. I go. But the thing is, I think if anyone, just a few acres, got the gentleman's name, I'm going to tell him to attempt to get him on the show. He's busy running a farm, and the thing is, I am trying. You know how I'm trying to figure out how grow my YouTube platform. You know what? If you have some advice, please let me know. And if you had a hard time on your YouTube website, a telephone call and tell me what you did to grow your YouTube website. Well, you know what? Sometimes we just don't want. Sometimes people just don't want to share information. Not want to share information. But these individuals on YouTube have shared information, and that is just a shout out to them. They never heard of me. They don't know who I am. All I do is send messages to them. But I'm gonna sit back, like Minister Ben Willis said. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit back, try to experiment with making new shows, new shows, and who knows? I might change my subject matter. I don't think that I will change 100% unless I see a success with some modification. You know what? Could I possibly talk about besides the news? Because I love talking about the news. I probably would never get away from the news. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to create a website. Who knows? Hey, nigga, I might make a YouTube website where I say, you know what? How do you get 1,000 followers? I can't make a YouTube website where I'm talking about how to get $200,000 followers because you know what? I have not achieved that goal. I'm not achieved that goal. I can't really say, you know what? When I first started, that was really never my goal. That was never really. That was never my goal. Monetize, make a little more. That was never my goal. My goal was to test. You know what? I'm gonna have to make some change. Minister Ben is right. You know what? If you've been doing this, you want to see an increase in the number, the people that are watching. Because if you don't make an increase, it doesn't show any type of progress. But you know what? You know what? Tell me about your YouTube website because you know what? I would like to know something about your YouTube website. And you know what? If you send me your link, page I'll share it is show your site where you can get subscribed, possibly get subscribers. All I do is just show the page of your YouTube website. And you tell us about your YouTube website. The thing is, you can show your page, but I will not play any of your videos. I make a attempt not to play any of your videos unless you give me permission if it's applicable. So you know what? So if you have a YouTube website, let's get an idea. I got enough stuff. Okay? Keep it to myself on the next show. You know, but if you have a YouTube website and you're striving to get more followers, you know how to get more followers. Tell me. And if you have a page, I will share it on this website or send me the link. And you know what? As we are looking at your own page, what we'll do is we'll talk about it. And not for no half an hour, 5 minutes or something like that. You know what? Who knows? That's what I might start doing. I might start, like I said, there's nothing that I can do that's new what's under the sun. But show you a demonstration of what I will do. And you call up, you send me your link. And I will do this. I will put your link there. And then this link, I will put this link here. And what happened is, then I will, I'm gonna show you something. Yeah, I remember this used to be so hard. Okay. T-A-N-I. Okay. Okay. So what I will do is this is what I'm gonna do. You know, like I said, this is something that I just thought about. And you know what? And give a review of your page. You give a synopsis. Tell us what your page is all about. Okay, like this website. I'm gonna go here right now. Go here. Show you something. I will go. I will show Daniel. Okay? What happened is I will show your website. And after I show your website, I want you to come on my live stream and you know what? You tell me about your YouTube page or what? On your YouTube page. Okay. But try something different. You know what? Sometimes we just see when we talk to great people, they inspire you with done great things sometimes and change to modify. And you know one thing about it, we have to be able to take constructive criticism. We have to be able to take constructive criticism. We don't want to be around people that are always patting you on your back. You don't want that. You know what? Because if somebody's just always patting your back, I don't think that's really good for you. You know? But so if you have a YouTube page, 9 times out of 10, it's a good possibility you have a YouTube page. If you are watching this, what I would like for you to do is to call the telephone number that I have and then send me your link in the chat room. Send me your link in the chat room. Send it to me. And then I will show your page and you will talk about your page and why we should subscribe to it. Yeah, I think that who knows. I'm gonna try that for a little while. And you know what? The first phrase I guess the first phrase I'm gonna start out is with my own page. Why shouldn't I start out with my own page? Because charity starts at home. Okay. But this is an example of what I think I'm gonna do to youtube.com. I'm putting my information in there. 79. Okay. And thing is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a demonstration of what I would like you to do. This is my page. Okay. And it is called Underground Railroad. Underground Railroad, Underground Media Channel, because I changed the name. Kind of long. And the thing is, what do we talk about on this channel? I would like for you to check this channel out and subscribe to this channel. And what do we talk about? We talk about the world order. We talk about Obama. We talk about Donald Trump. We talk about gangs. We talk about everything. Okay? And I would like for you to subscribe to my YouTube website. Why? Because you know what? I am attempting to grow Underground Railroad TV show in Chicago, which I've renamed to Underground Media Channel, and we talk about everything. So what I would like for you to do is to call me, send me your link, so I can review your channel. No, I know I could tell you how to get 1,000 or 2,000 followers. But somebody on YouTube is probably laughing. 1,000 followers? What is this girl talking about? I got something like about 300,000 people, but there's a lot of people out there that do not have 1,000 followers. So you know what? So what happened is we'll be sharing resources. And you know what? And what we'll be doing is building a community. I already have a community already, but you know what? I want my community to grow, and you want your community to grow. And what happens is we can grow together. That's something that we can do. You know, ask you something. Is it too? Do you think that it is too late to build a successful YouTube page? Because it deals with many challenges because there are thousands, billions of YouTube platforms that you can go to. If you think it's good, how do you start out with one video and, and one subscriber and go ahead and build it up to thousands? I can only tell you how to build it up to 7,000. You know what? And what's going on with your YouTube channel? You know what is your YouTube channel about? What do you talk about? First of all, why? What is the reason that you started a YouTube channel in the first place? Why? Why did you start a YouTube channel? Did you do it for fun? Did you do it for a hobby? Did you do it to disseminate information? Do it to teach somebody how to cook, how to dance? Did you do it for news? What was the reason? You know what? I would love just to share that information. Why did you start your YouTube channel? Okay. And you know, something else. When you sat down and you started your YouTube channel, what was your objective? How did you come up with a name for your YouTube channel? tell you how I came up with the name. I'm more interested in knowing how did you come up for a name for your YouTube channel? I came up with a name for my YouTube channel because I always liked the Underground Railroad, and when it was friends, slaves, and Harriet Tubman. You know what? Because she could say hero or Shiro. She was one of my heroes because she helped free so many slaves. But the thing is, yes, how you doing, sister?
Hey, what's up, Cliff?
Oh yeah, I'm broadcast. Tell us about Mystic Vibes. What's going on, sister?
Are you on the air?
Yeah, I'm on air right
Okay, hey, everybody.
now.
About Mystic Vibes.
Yeah, tell me about Mystic Vibes. So this is Zazelle McKenzie.
I
Okay,
didn't know you were on the air.
that has been on cornerstone
But
of for years at Can Television in Chicago.
28 years.
28 years. All right, Zazelle, that is beautiful, sister. What inspired you?
Well, Mystic Vibes, like I said, comes on Channel 19. The format of Mystic Vibes is to celebrate Afro-Caribbean culture, music, lifestyles, special events, in the city of Chicago and beyond.
And let me ask you something. Do you have
Oh,
a
Your audio is low. I can't hardly hear you.
You hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. You tell us about what transpired for you to even come up with the concept, and where does the name Mr. Vibes come from?
Well, I'm of Jamaican American descent. My life and my upbringing parallels the late great Harry Belafonte, born here in Chicago, Jamaican parentage. And as a child, I sent to Jamaica to live with relatives and go to school or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm born into the culture. I thought it wasn't fair that there wasn't any format
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of these, particularly reggae musicians, to showcase their talent.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Chicago, from the 80s,
Yes.
or maybe even earlier than that, every diverse culture in Chicago at least had a time slot on television.
Yes.
Even if it was, they used to call it the UHF channels back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and the Caribbean community didn't have that.
Yes.
So I decided to produce a show that would spotlight the beautiful culture of the Caribbean, particularly Jamaica, because that's what I know.
Mm-hmm. Mystic Vibes. You know what? Is it all right if I put your YouTube website?
Well, you can catch me. You can Facebook. You get to get information on air dates and times. Go to Mystic Vibes TV on Facebook.
Okay, and you know what I'm
But
going.
I don't mean to cut. I called you for something else important. I didn't realize you were on the air.
Okay.
I also produce a show, the local artist show.
Mm-hmm.
The creator is Mr. Stephen Cattouse,
Mm-hmm.
and it spotlights a lot of the local talent here in Chicago, regardless of genre. It's an eclectic mix of different genres and such. And the next taping, Cliff, because I'm going to need you, is this Saturday at noon.
Okay. And you know what? I see your YouTube website, and what I'm gonna. Is it all right for me to let people know where it is?
Yeah, go ahead. Mystic Vibes TV.
Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that up, and you know what? People support her in her endeavor. She has been doing this for years.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is what her site looks like. Mystic Vibes on YouTube. When they go to Mystic Vibes on YouTube, what can they expect to see?
Okay, you're gonna see just segments of interviews of like Third World, Ziggy Marley, Damian Marley, and a lot of top reggae artists. You won't see the whole show because because of the music videos that traditionally air,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to deal with copyright. With YouTube, you don't want to deal with the copyright issue. So that's what I do. I post segments and promos.
Mm-hmm. And you're also for hire, right? You're also for
Yes,
hire.
Yep, I am.
Tell us about your services, please.
Well, like I said, I also produce. I direct your show, Cliff,
Yes.
the Underground Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a technical director for got to be 6-7 years now.
Yes.
But I've been on your crew from the beginning. So I've had experience with studio production and field production. Field production is going out there, taking the camera out, and doing a lot of taping, whatever, and editing. So
You got any?
call Cliff if you want to get in contact with me. It has to be serious inquiries. You can contact Miss Brother Clifton Raheem Bradley.
Any shouts out for Jamaica?
Yes, well, Jamaica, that's my second home. I think I was there just before the pandemic, and I can't wait to get back.
Okay.
But Cliff,
Yes.
so this is a confirmation on the air. You available Saturday, this coming Saturday at noon,
Yes.
the local artist show.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, are you on YouTube so I can check you out
Oh
now?
yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. Yes.
Underground Railroad. Let me see, hold on. Underground. When are you gonna do a show? When is your next
I
show?
don't know. I'm so busy. I don't even have one scheduled because the sound is out of can television.
You can still tape and let your people know that they can live stream.
Mm-hmm.
They can watch it from there.
I'm gonna schedule one probably when I get the sound back.
Well, okay. But then also too, and on behalf of both of us, I would like to encourage the viewers that if to call Xfinity. There's been a lot of technical issues with, I guess, it only get me line. But we lost audio on all our channels at the network, and it's been for weeks now. And I want to encourage, all of our viewers to call, Comcast or RCN or AT&T and demand that they restore audio on the cable channel. Because after, been 40 years and never we never went through this before. So
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I encourage people to go. You're looking at Mystic Vibes YouTube website, and I encourage, like the Underground Railroad, to go to her YouTube website and leave comments, likes, and subscribe. Okay, appreciate it. Right?
Okay, so can I call you? When are you off the air?
Probably like in about a half an hour.
So you're on the podcast. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, we're on the podcast right now.
I'll just be made for China. Let me see. Are you live?
I'm live, yes. I'm live.
I don't see it.
You should go to Underground Railroad TV show in Chicago.
TV show, okay.
In Chicago. So y'all, the individuals that are looking online, you're looking at Mystic Vibes website and YouTube website, and I encourage you to go there, comment, suggest. This lady is phenomenal. But one thing I like, when I give her a compliment, she always gives it back to the creator.
Okay.
And you're looking for technical advice, you need hands that can television, you need something shot, give her a call. Okay? I'll leave a message on her YouTube website. Okay? Thank you,
Okay.
Giselle. Okay?
All right. So I'll call you when you get off the air again.
I'm gonna be on like about a half an hour.
Okay. I'll call you later then.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
Okay.
God bless you, world.
All right, my sister. So you know what that was? Uh, that was Azelle McKenzie of Miss Dives. You know what? I would love for you to go to her website. The name is right there. And put it in the YouTube search. And you know what? And comment and subscribe. And you know what? If someone else has a YouTube website, and you know what? They would like to talk about it, please let me know. You know what? Because YouTube, as we build the community, we must learn we must help each other. If I had 1,000,000 followers, I still would direct to another YouTube platform because you getting something does not take anything away from me. It takes nothing away. It could not take anything away from me because you get what you allotted to get. So you know what? So if you have, so tell me, how did you get your first follower? How did you get your first subscriber? I remember, man, I started YouTube, got my first follower. I said, wow, I really thought I did something. But you know what? After that, I wanted more and more and more. But then something came to me. You have to learn how to make better content. And you know what? So I, like Minister Ben, what I did was I went around telling them that I look at other people's content. Actually, you know what? Imitation is a good form of flattery. How do you get 1,000 followers on YouTube? How? If somebody knows, let me know. Call in. Call in. You know what? I'm gonna put my number there, and who knows? Maybe somebody will call. Okay, but I do want you to go to Mr. Bob's website to get the information. How do you get 1,000 people? How? Good question. I think it has something to do with the content. And you know what? It has something to do with you have to find out what people are interested in. And I'm thinking I've been stuck at like 7,000 for so long, but I'm grateful to be stuck at 7,000 or something because at one time it used to have one. What do you have? What is the success? How can you successfully build a YouTube platform when there's so many people on YouTube? What do you do? Okay. And some people, you know what? I looked at some people. I don't advise this. I do not advise this. Some people go out there. I really advise going out and making an attempt to make the best content that you possibly can. That's what I advise. That's one advice. And you know what? Equipment. You know what? You can use your own web. Set this in your computer, whether it is an Apple computer, whether it is a PC. That is something that's something that you could do. You know what? So I would say when you first starting, you don't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to go out there and spend thousands of dollars, thousands of dollars to go ahead and get a piece of equipment. You know what? I was at Kennedy King. I'm a Kennedy King student. My major's media. You know what, Professor Dow, my teacher told me you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to go out there and create content, which I know. And what happened is if you have an iPhone, you can use you can use the camera in your iPhone to put out the message and the images that you want. Because there are people that have made movies on their iPhones. Don't forget, I want to hear about your YouTube page. Why did you start YouTube? Why did you start a YouTube page? What is the name of your page? And I want you to tell me about your page and access the permission to be able to show your page. Not to show any content unless you get permission. And why should people join your YouTube website? What was you thinking about when you heard about this YouTube? What was you thinking about? Say, what was you thinking about? What was going through your head when you heard about YouTube? Say, man, did you go straight out and say, you know what, I'm gonna spend $1,000. I'm gonna get everything I can to have the best YouTube page, but you realized that it was more work than what you thought. You said, wow, man, I only got 5 subscribers. Why won't my YouTube website grow? Why won't it grow? And you know what? There are tools out there that can help your YouTube website grow. Like I use, there's something called vidIQ. vidIQ. What happens is it helps you find tags, words that are related to the subject matter. They help your YouTube video in the rankings. It's called vidIQ. Or you can use Tool. I have never ever used Tool. I think that, so what happens is you look for certain words, and what happens is because it says tags, you you look for tags to describe what you are talking about, what you're trying to illustrate. You look at the volume. Volume means how many people are using it because there's competition for these tags. But one thing about YouTube, I'm gonna show it to y'all one day. It says that tags has minimum effects unless it is misspelled. Okay. Who knows? You know what? I'm gonna go and try to. I'm gonna try to go and just pull up their page of YouTube tags. I'm gonna pull it up. That's what I think I'm gonna do. If I could just get to that page, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. It says tags. Because it's somebody on there saying, man, this guy don't know. This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. What is he talking about? Tags. And I'm looking for, next time I have it to wear. You know what I want to be looking? You know what? Tags. Oh, I'm sorry. Cannot find it, but it says that YouTube tags have a minimum effect on the people that look at your content. But to me, you should use vidIQ because it said minimum, so it does mean that it does have some type of effect on the people that look at your YouTube video. Okay. And I think because there's so much competition out there, using Tool Buddy, I using vidIQ, which I use. Hey, but if you go to it and you do use this, I have an affiliate link, and I would appreciate it if you would use that affiliate link to use vidIQ to get keywords that will possibly help your video. But it's not like it's not like it's a secret because there are plenty of people that are using vidIQ. But there are more secrets. And I don't think it's a secret anymore. How to get over 1,000 people subscribers on your YouTube channel. Thumbnail, your description, you constantly making content over and over and over again. See, the thing is, Daniel Batai explained. Okay, he explained. I'll put his link down. And he explained it way is if you're making video video content, the thing is you're gonna make tons and tons and tons of errors. It's like I think he had a video where if you learn to play a guitar, you're not going to learn. You're not going to learn the first time you playing. So everything that you looking at in my background, like learning to play the guitar, I made tons and tons and tons of mistakes. David Cox, say hi to him. I made tons of mistakes. But the thing is, when you're making this content, you have to replicate. You have to do it, the process over and over and over again. But the only way you can really do that is if you have a passion for what you're doing. If you don't have a passion for what you are doing, actually, you really shouldn't be doing it. You really shouldn't. That's like if you're on a job and you just don't like the job. I don't care how much money you make. You don't like the job. You should find out what you really not what you like to do, what you love to do. It's making $10 an hour or making $100 an hour. If you're on a job and you're making $100 an hour and it's just miserable, you know what? You should find what you love to do. You know? Good shit. Fortunately, I learned that. I learned that the hard way. But with the YouTube videos, you get over 1,000 followers. Which somebody says, I got 1 million with this guy talking about. You have to work. You have to work. It has to be repetition. You have to keep on. You have to look at YouTube videos, how to improve. And that's it. That's it in a nutshell. You know, that's it in a nutshell. So that is what's going on. Like I said, this show right here was just for me, just to do something. And you know what? By sitting down and doing something, I have figured out something else that I am going to do. God's will to carry on. Because who knows if I'm even going to make it upstairs. I don't know if I'm going to make it upstairs. Who knows? But I'm gonna try something else. And let me see. For people out there that have a YouTube page, call in and let us know about your YouTube page. Let us know. Let us know, why did you get started? How many followers do you have? What is your YouTube page about? What is your objective? Did you start your YouTube page, YouTube platform to have fun? Did you start it to make money? Did you start it to I'm talking about to create content, like learning how to use knit, how to sew, how to cook, because you found that you started to make money. Because you know what? There are YouTube content people out there that are making thousands of dollars. And actually, this is their part-time job. and they've been able to quit their jobs, move on. You know what? Tell us about your YouTube channel. Give us the link to your YouTube website. Give me the link so I can share your YouTube channel with you, you, you. People that are looking at. We like to think a lot of people are looking at us at the same time on a little phone. Now I'm looking at you. You looking. I'm looking at you. Looking at me. Okay. I'm talking about when you utilize the platform. And I'm calling you. Okay. And you calling me. And the telephone number is 1-312-884-9757. I want to hear about your YouTube page. So, I'm looking to subscribe to some new pages. I am looking to subscribe to some new pages. And right now, what is the show about? All I'm doing is just having fun. This is just fun. At some point, and does not live by YouTube alone. So I have to cut this off. So YouTube. What do you think about Facebook? What do you think about Facebook? And you know the thing I like about Facebook is what you can put up content. You can put up content that's it's scrutinized, but it's not stringent. Where it gives individuals opportunities to talk about things. And there's a difference between YouTube and there's a difference between Facebook. And there should be a difference because they are two entirely different platforms. There's just certain things that you can't say, and you know it's stringent, but it's a great platform. But I would say Facebook is different because you know it gives you an opportunity to really, really express yourself. You know what? Without it being so stringent and heavy-handed. But each platform has the right to run their platform the way they want to. Because you got to think about something. I did something on YouTube and sort of got in trouble. Then I thought about something that my old friend told me. He said, he told Mr. Darnell Glover, my mentor in TV production. He said, you have to understand something matters. Yeah. He said, YouTube, he said, because they have a right to govern their platform the way they want to govern their platform. Remember, you're not giving anything. You're using their platform. That's like you out there creating a website and you allowing people to put their content on. You have a right to scrutinize and prevent things that you don't want on your website. And then you know what? When Mr. Glover Communications made this statement to me on the other side, I said, you know what, Mr. Glover, that makes sense. That makes sense. So he said, you have to figure out what social medias you're going to use to disseminate our message, to disseminate to the people. Each one of them had their rules, you know. Times when you have guests on, they have guests, and you explain that to them, explain it. And you know what? The guests sometimes violate them. Because when you're talking about different subject matter that's in the news, different people have different perspectives. Okay, and the thing is, they say things that are not in compliance with what YouTube wants or Facebook, and you get in trouble because that person that you are interviewing has a total disregard for what the protocol is for individuals to be on that platform. They don't care. Some of them. So if you get suspended on YouTube or Facebook, it's of no consequence. And you know what? I'm understanding that, like if I'm on YouTube, we start to talk like this, let them know we can't talk about this. We got to end this. Actually, what I'll start doing is delete it because I don't want to be in variance with YouTube's platforms, rules, and regulations. So if you're going to use YouTube, sit back and read what is the protocol. What are the things you can say and you can't say on YouTube, on Facebook? Like I said, people that get mad, you know what? YouTube doesn't need me. Facebook doesn't need me. You're using their platform. Just like you living in this house now. Today that you decide that you don't want to do what you're supposed to do inside this house. See where that pool is? You can walk past that pool and walk past those gates and you can walk off. But there's other people that you know what? There's other people that would be glad to come in and let boy. YouTube has millions of subscribers. It is what's that? The second largest search engine. Google's being number one and YouTube being number two. But like I say, Facebook. But I always like the way it is. I'm trying to figure out that, like on Facebook, are they ever going to create something where it's similar to YouTube? We have monetized commercials. They give you free expressions, and that and that the sponsors would understand, and they would be cool because you know what, time changes. But going back to what I really said, everybody has the right to run it. Everybody has the right to run their platform the way they want to run it. So I navigate around. So, you know what? And like the people that are listening, fine. I appreciate that because I see that you are listening on YouTube. You can see on Facebook. But the thing is, you are listening. And again, I think probably the next thing I do will probably put something in a review. I'm wondering out of curiosity, I would like for you to give me the opportunity to hear about your YouTube page, why you started your YouTube page, what are your expectations of your YouTube page, and where do you want it to go? Did it meet expectations? How long did it take you to get 1,000 or 100 subscribers? How long did it take for you to get your first subscriber? Posted your video. I like to know that. And you know what? There's other people that are curious about that subject matter themselves. Do you think that it is wise to create a YouTube? I think it's good. YouTube and Facebook. More or less YouTube, you can learn a whole lot of things. Like I say, Facebook content, it gives you the ability to learn about what is going on in the news. More or less have to decipher the code, find out if it's factual. You even have to do that on YouTube. You can't really go real far-fetched on YouTube. Like I said, each one of the platforms it's one of the platforms I think. So you're looking at the underground channel. And I think next thing we will be discussing, we will take a closer look at the YouTube pages, take a closer look at their platforms, and get information about why we should join your platform. What makes you unique to the other thousands of channels out there. What distinguishes you? What was your thought when you had the inception of your YouTube channel, and how did you work to turn it into reality? Did you do homework before you made your page, or did you just go out there random? Like Wild Bill Hiccup shooting anywhere to make your new page, and you didn't strategically sit down and plan. I didn't strategically sit down and plan, because if I would have done things differently. What would you have done differently, having the knowledge that you have, if you was creating a YouTube page today, in these days and times where there are millions of people that get on the internet every second? What would you have done differently? Would have done something differently. I think, for me, Underground Railroad TV show in Chicago, I think here's one thing I probably wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have made the name so, because we don't think about that. Because you got to understand. Actually, I think the shorter you make the name, the better it is. And for some people, because you know what, people don't like those long titles. People have a complex. So I'm gonna go upstairs. Who knows? I may do another show, because you know what? This is Memorial Day. And you know what? I'm off today. And you know what? I'm doing this for fun. Plus, I would like some more subscribers. People out there that that ability to subscribe to YouTube pages. Some people have in their YouTube channel where they can subscribe to anybody because they subscribe to too many people. But if you have the ability to subscribe to the YouTube page, fine, subscribe to it. And I think that I'm going to quit saying it. You know what tip that I picked up, because they saying that that's not really going to get any more subscribers, because people know automatically what they like, whether they hate something, they don't want to be bothered. And you know what? Think that I may just start leaving it to people. That's what I mean. Don't even bring it up. That's what Daniel said. Don't even bring it up. Doesn't mean I can't put a look at it. So subscribe. Just not even saying it like this. I don't know. So what do you think? Should you ask people to subscribe to your YouTube page? Should you not? Does it make a difference? Should you ask people to make comments? Because I think it might not make any difference, because if your content is good, people quite naturally are going to subscribe to your YouTube website. Me asking for a comment, think if it is good, they will leave a comment out there interesting. They will leave a comment. And I'm teetering over whether you can ask that. I don't know. Something that Daniel said, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at Daniel's page, because you know what? Hey man, he's got over 89,000, 300,000 followers. What I got 7,000. And you know what? Why shouldn't I listen to you? Because I'm making an attempt to get where he's at, possibly beyond. I don't know. But he has a great channel. These channels, Mr. Vibes, check out Mr. Vibes. These channels, put them up, because you know what I enjoy, and I enjoy looking, and I learn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off. And Raheem Bradley, United States, Chicago, Illinois. And who knows, I think that I will probably Because I'm off today, I'll probably end up doing another show. Maybe in a couple hours. Maybe sooner than that. This was fun. This was fun. Maybe I just. Okay. Don't go nowhere. Got another video. In the corner. Great. News. You might learn something. They send me a message where I